So core concept of RAG, before we go deeper into the challenges and how to solve for them, you take a document set or, document intensive department, how-tos, procedures, manuals, you throw them all into a particular system, like, you have your PDFs, documents, PPTs. You throw them and load them all into a...
When you mean throw them, do you mean that it has to learn, or is it just a sort of instant retrieval?
Yeah, no, so you put them into something called a vector database.
Okay.
And then the vector database is basically breaking up all these documents into smaller parts and basically semantically referencing or understanding each part.
Okay.
So it's not doing like a keyword search at the back, which kind of pretty bad, right?
Okay.
But you ask a question, it's going to create a vector and then match it with the database.
Okay.
And try and figure out what are the relevant sections to show the LLM at that point in time.
All right.
And so once you do that, you can then have like really powerful interactions, right? You can ask the LLM, how do I do this? What are the last 3 fraudulent transactions? So what's going to happen at the back is, so the question will go to the vector database, you'll get the relevant sections, and then the LLM, almost like a comprehension
So any
test.
LLM, right?
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah, any LLM.
So the LLM is not that important.
Correct. It's almost like it's a big comprehension exam, like kind of the ones you do in GMAT.
Right.
Where it's like, okay, here are the multiple sources of information, and this is the question. Now answer it.
Okay.
And that's essentially what the LLM is doing at the back.
Okay.
So it's actually a slightly more commoditized layer. What you need to get right is the vector database. The retrieval needs to be great. Okay. The sections that come in need to be very powerful.
Okay.
And you essentially run into a lot of problems when you do this. And this is in fact a good diagram to kind of show you what's happening behind the scenes, right? So this is your vector database. This is your request coming in, right? Your question, how do I'm seeing error code 3021 machine, right? It creates a vector, searches through the vector database for, this sentence essentially. How do I
error code 302?
How do I improve the issue for machine X, error code 302?
Right.
Relevant sections will start coming up. That's your context for the LLM. And then the LLM has said, hey, here's the user's question. Here's all the relevant articles or sections of those articles that I found.
Okay.
Now give me an answer.
And that's a well-drafted answer.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
And obviously the context will have a lot of junk in it and lots of extra stuff in it.
Okay.
It's kind of like a Google search, right? Here are the top 5 links, but now it's actually gone through, read the links and given you, created the answer from it.